I'm glad to be with you this moment. If this is the first time of seeing my channel, this is Beard and Sew with Andy. My name is Andy Afolabi. I want to use this opportunity again to thank you all for your support, and I count on you for your continuous support. If you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly hit the subscribe button. In today's tutorial, I want to show you how I made this trendy, beautiful band. One interesting thing about this band is anybody can make this band, because you don't need to have a sewing machine to make this band. It's so simple. You can make it with a needle, hand needle, thread, your fabric, and scissors. And of course, you need your measuring tape pro. So I want to show you how I made this. Let's go there. So guys, you need these 3 pieces to make the band. One of the piece is the biggest piece, and this piece is the one that made the ruffle at the center of the head. Is the one that make this ruffle the major ruffle of the band. So you need a larger piece, and this larger piece depends on who you are making it for. If you are making it for adults, you can use 40 inches, the length 40 inches long. So this is 20, is because I folded it. So if I open it now, I will have 40 inches long. And the width, that is the wideness, depends on how full you want your ruffle to be. If you want your ruffle to be moderate, you can use 9 inches or 8 inches. But if you want your ruffle to be puffy and to be a little bit voluminous, you can make from like 10, 11, 12, 13 inches. So it depends on what you want. So just as I've said, for adults, for the largest piece of this hairband, you are going to need 40 inches. 40 inches length, and the width I'm using for this particular one is 10 inches. But if you are making for kids, depends. You can use 20 inches for kids. You can use 20 inches for the length, and the width can be from 6 inches to 8 inches. Depends on how full you want it to be and how puffy you want it to be. So that explains the longest piece of the ruffle, and this piece form the major parts of the ruffle. Then the next piece we are going to talk about is the piece you want to use to hold the major part of the ruffle to form a circle, so that you'll be able to wear it on your head. So I call it elastic piece. So I measure 16 inches by 4.5 inches, because I want to use elastic of 1.5 inches inside. So depends on your width of the elastic will determine the width of your elastic piece. So once again, if you are making it for kids, so your elastic can be 4 inches, and your elastic piece, the fabric, can be 10 inches. So we move on to another piece, the third piece, and the third piece is the width of the third piece. The length of the third piece is 14 inches long. and the wideness is 4.5 inches. So this piece is called the inner piece. The inner piece. So is this piece that are going to serve as elastic for this. Let me say that again. This elastic and this piece, they are together. But this 14 inches by 4.5 inches is going to serve as elastic for this bigger piece. I'm going to use this small piece, insert it inside as elastic to make a puff from this bigger piece. So the bigger piece, as I've said, is 40 inches and this one is 14 inches. So I'm going to reduce the length of this bigger piece to the length of this smaller piece by inserting it inside the longer piece and make a like a gather and make a ruffle. So the explanation now will help you to see what and what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this long piece, I'm going to fold it into two lengthwise and sew. I'm going to take this inner piece, fold it into two lengthwise and sew. I'm going to take this elastic piece, fold it into two lengthwise and sew. So after sewing it, so I've sewed them. This is how they are looking. So I'm going to turn them. I'm going to turn them inside out, and after that I'm going to give it a good press. I'm going to give this elastic piece and this inner piece, I'm going to give it a good press, and when I'm pressing it, I will remember to turn my stitch at the center of the so this is what I'm saying. This is the elastic piece. The elastic is 7.5 inches and this is the inner piece. So I'm going to insert this small one and make a ruffle with this bigger one. So I'm just trying to explain so that you understand this concept, because it's when you understand the concept behind a design that will enable you to be able to manipulate it, enable you to be able to be creative, to be able to know how to make it your own. So that is why I take my extra time to explain the concepts behind this ruffle. And you may even decide to say, okay, I want to do away with this, I want to only use this. So if you want to use only this one and this one, you have to, when you are sewing this, you have to make like you have to be picking the fabric and make that ruffle before you turn it to the right side. Then you just have to join this with this. But in this video, I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to show you with another video. So now I'm going to insert my elastic into the elastic casing. Then I'm going to insert this inner casing inside this one. Then I will. So guys, you can see this is the bigger piece. You can see what it has become. I've inserted the inner piece in the bigger piece and it has given me this type of ruffle. So this is the inner piece I inserted, the 14 inches. So I'm going to blend it and make sure it's at the center of the bigger piece this way. So I'm going to secure it in place with a stitch by running a stitch across this way. So And the elastic piece too, I've inserted the elastic, I've secured the elastic on both sides of the piece. And I'm going to secure this one on this edge. So I've secured it at the end. So I'm going to join the elastic piece with the main piece. So this is where the joining is. I put it at the center. This is where the smooth edge is. So I'm going to, and this is where the joining is for the elastic piece. I put it at the center, and this is where the smooth edge is. So I'm going to put the smooth edge facing smooth edge this way. You can see I'm going to match it this way. Then when I'm matching it, I'm going to make sure that one side, this side, is smaller than this one. This one, I have more fabric here than here. So where I have lesser fabric, I'm going to fold it first this way. Then where I have major fabric, bigger fabric, I'm going to use it and cover it to wrap it up, because it's going to turn all my pieces, the rough edge inside, going to tuck it in, going to cover it. So I'm going to pin it in place this way and so I'm going to do the same thing to the other end. So I want to show you again, in case you didn't grab it the first time. So this is the joining at the center, this is the joining at the center. So this is the face, this is the face. I'm going to match the face together this way in such a way that it will not be at the center. So where we have lesser fabric, I'm going to cover it first this way. Then where we have greater fabric, I'm going to use it and wrap it this way so that they overlap. That is another word for it. Then I'm going to pin it in place. Then I'm going to run a stitch and secure it firmly. So I run several stitches across to secure it in place, and I trim off the excess. Then after that, I'm going to burn the edge so that it doesn't fray. So I'm going to use lighter and burn the edge. So after burning the edge, I'm going to turn it. I'm going to turn it this way. So this is the right side and this is the wrong. This is the essence of the overlapping. This is the essence. The overlapping is to cover all the imperfection. So I'm going to do the same thing to the viewers. This is how my hairband is looking. You can see how beautiful it is. So you can make yours. It's so simple. So once again, I say thank you all. See you in my next video. Bye.